freshly rehydrated. Let's jump back into this. Okay, we haven't gone into Plover's. Let's see who's inside of here. We should be able to get everybody else with this. Oh, Sharon. Sure, let's start off the second round with her. Doing some shopping, Sharon? That's right. Since you'll all be gathering for a discussion in the Phoenix Wings, I thought I might help out in the kitchen. I also thought I could prepare some food for your father, seeing as your mother has other business to attend to. That's awfully generous of you, thanks. With several Ouroboros members having recently revealed themselves to us, I can't help but assume they're up to something. I'd like you to know, Reen, that no matter what happens, my alliance will always lie with you and your classmates. Even if the Grandmaster themselves comes down and demands that you chop our heads off, dude? Alright. We can trust Sharon for now, though. Please, ensure that whatever you decide on this afternoon is something you can do without regret. Sharon. I swear we will. Glad to have your support. Till the end of time. It's great to know she's got our back, but she's still cooking for Dad. Maybe I can help her out with that. Yeah. Well, even if you are looking out for us, that doesn't mean I can't help you with cooking for my dad. Might as well try to pay him back a little bit for all those years of love and devotion, right? I'm sure your father would be overjoyed to hear you say that. As soon as I'm done with shopping, we can head over to the kitchen. Alright. Sharon, are we gonna make another Ymir native dish? Be able to find a little more about what they eat usually? Together, Reen and Sharon walked to the mansion. After seeing that Reen's mother was out, they started making a hearty meal for his father. Oh, dang, we bought a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, you're making Ymir-style borscht? Oh, I guess we are in Russia town, I guess, or whatever. Good idea. It's got plenty of vegetables, and it should be great for warming him up to boot. I couldn't agree more. All of the protein in the meat I'll be using should help accelerate his recovery as well. Master Reen, could I trouble you to chop the vegetables? If you would, I'll set about preparing the meat and seasoning the soup. Sure. Alright. It's times like these where she seems like just any other maid. I don't know why I didn't whistle there. I can whistle. Takes me back to watching her cook for us in the dorm. Well, it'll probably be really high-pitched and peak and everything. Oh well, let's not worry about it. It's hard to believe that she's actually an enforcer for Ouroboros sometimes. She certainly fights like one, though. Ow! Is something wrong? Heavens, you've sliced your finger! And people let this guy use swords? Sorry, I should have been paying more attention. I didn't cut it too deeply though, so it should be fine. Oh no, that won't do at all. Would you hold still a moment, please? I'll stop the bleeding. I knew it! I didn't want to say it out loud because I thought, nah, that would be weird. But, Sharon, what are you? This is so awkward. If literally anybody walked in, even if Badeau walked in right now, he'd be scandalized, dude. There, that should do the trick. Sharon, I'm not sure it's a good idea to start sucking on people's fingers out of the blue like that. Any particular reason? I'll bring you a bandage, so please wait in the adjacent room. She's messing with me again, isn't she? Sharon the troll, dude. There we are, all better. Please leave the rest of the work to me. You should give your finger time to heal. You're probably right. I'm sorry that I couldn't be of more help. You needn't be sorry, Master Reen. You made a valuable contribution as it was. It brought back memories of Lady Elisa's younger days, too. Whenever she fell and scraped her knees, she would always start crying for me to come and help her. Aw, how sweet. I can picture how embarrassed she'd be if she learned Sharon was telling people this. Come to think of it, you've been working for the Reinford family for a while now, haven't you? 7 years, in fact. It was shortly after Mr. Reinford's passing. I cannot begin to thank Madam Chairman Arena enough for giving me the chance she did. It was only thanks to her kindness that I was able to begin a new life under her employ. Does that mean you'd never been a maid before she hired you then? What were you before that? Oh. As you no doubt suspect, I lived as an enforcer. A mission given to me by Ouroboros was what first led me to meet her, and she wasted no time in trying to hire me. I served in both capacities concurrently after that. You won't find many executives who would knowingly hire an agent of Ouroboros. She never ceases to amaze, huh? She certainly doesn't. Nonetheless, it was thanks to her that I was able to find a new path of my own. It's too late for me to turn back and change what's already been done, but she was willing to give me a different future. What do you mean? Oh, nothing. I was simply thinking out loud. Regardless of what happened in the past, my love for the Reinford family will never waver. Nor will my devotion to Class 7, Master Reen. I shall continue to do all that I can to serve you. Thank you. I know we can always count on you. And everyone else knows that too. I hope we'll always stay fondly in your thoughts, Sharon. Godlike. The finger-sucking thing was less random than Claire's hug, honestly, because the finger-sucking, I had half a mind that it was coming, so. After their conversation was finished, Sharon returned to preparing Baron Schwarzer's meal. And after helping however he could until his mother returned, Reen left them to finish by themselves. Your bond with Sharon strengthened. Nice. And I keep accidentally skipping it. Okay, so she's saying the same thing. That's all fine. I will take your father his meal a little later on. In the meantime, you should start preparing for your upcoming session. Don't worry, I'll be sure to cook you all a fine meal for that too. Alright. So we've got Sharon's out of the way. Who's next? We've already done them. We've already been into the Ymir Chapel. So how about... Well, let's go and see if someone's already beaten us to the Phoenix Wings. There's probably people we know hanging out there. Tidying up the storehouse is such a pain in the neck. Maple, please make sure you don't say anything like that in front of our visitors. Although I can't deny that it's true. My back's starting to hurt even. Gee, I wonder why. It's because of all the hard labor she's doing, Maple. Nothing else, come on. I sure wish I had that problem. Please, just stop. I wish she could act more like a maid sometimes. That, and I wish she could be a little more sensitive. She's always making fun of the things I'm self-conscious about. I'm so envious. She's got the size, she's got the bounce, and those alone are a seriously deadly combo. Sharon's boobs are pretty impressive too, though. I wonder who's bigger between the two. Purple's clothes always make it kinda hard to tell how busty she really is. But I'll find out someday. Oh, I'll find out. They've never bathed together before? Are they really even friends? But who's waiting for us here? Okay, we've got 3. Alright, we definitely should have come to this place sooner. Okay, Instructor Sarah, but I am highly curious to see hers, so let's do it. Well, seeing as Towal and Miles are safe, I'm guessing all the bracers here in Erebonia are probably okay. Wish I could say the same for our colleagues over in Crossbell, though. I can't even get in touch with Wenzel. A friend of yours? We go back a ways, yeah. He used to be registered as a bracer here, but eventually he packed up and moved to Crossbell. Anyway, leave worrying about the guild to us. You've got enough on your plates as it is. Just focus on what move you guys are gonna make next. If you feel like you need a break, I'd be happy to join you, though. Maybe I should take her up on that. Yeah, that sounds nice, actually. Would you mind hanging out for a while? Striking while the iron's hot, I see. Alright, I could use the company. I was actually thinking of heading to the tavern for a drink or two. What do you say to a little change of venue? That's fine with me, but I'll stick with living the dry life. Figured you'd say that. Come on, then. Yeah, a little bit of a day drinking with Instructor Sarah. Nothing can really go wrong with that. From here, you should be pretty much golden. No sooner had they arrived at the tavern did Sarah ask Gerald for alcohol recommendations. And after she offered to pay, Reen settled on a ginger ale. Ah, this is the good stuff. It's got a very mellow taste, but it's sweet and refreshing too. I had no idea you can make something so good out of rice of all things. Oh, it's sake she's having. It's a kind of alcohol from the east that Master Ka-Fi brought here, I believe. Gerald said it's called Junmai Shu. Oh, I was way off. That Master Ka-Fi sure knows his stuff. He sounds like a man I'd love to drink the night away with. He's always been a bit of a heavy drinker, so I'm pretty sure he'd take you up on that if you asked. But you might want to cut down on the booze. With things so shaky now, you never know when you'll need to take action. I know. I'm not planning on getting myself plastered when you've got that discussion later on, so don't freak out. I think I've earned a bit of an alcoholic relaxation time, personally. After all, I went cold turkey while I was in hiding. It was torture. Would you deny your poor instructor some sweet, sweet relief? Sure, relief. Let's call it that. What have you been doing all this time anyway? We didn't hear so much as a rumor about you. Oh, I was just lying low, gathering what information I could through connections from my guild years. Information about what was going on elsewhere in the country, the capital in particular, that kind of stuff. In the capital? Did you manage to find anything out? No more than you did yourselves, sad to say. The Noble Alliance is doing a great job of keeping information from leaking out of the city. After that, I decided to sneak into the Kroitzen province to follow the Alliance's movements from there. And that was when I ended up getting in contact with Jusis. I see. It's pretty impressive you were able to do so much all on your own. Well, working alone and gathering information are two things I had to get used to during my guild years. So it was nothing new for me. If anything, I'm more impressed with everything you've managed to do. I was glad to see everyone here was okay after that Jaeger attack too. Sounds like it was a high-ranking corps. Yeah, the Northern Jaegers under orders from Duke Alberea. Fortunately, there were no fatalities, even if the experience was pretty traumatic for everyone. Dad's woken up now too, so there's been no real long-term damage there. We had the goddess's blessing in that respect. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to help when you needed it most, Reen. You don't need to apologize. You couldn't possibly have known what was gonna happen. Is something wrong? You look distracted all of a sudden. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about what a relief it is that your dad's okay. He always seemed like such a pleasant man, especially for a noble. Handsome, too. I don't like where this is going. Oh, relax. I'm just kidding. Anyway, all that aside, you've made it this far. You can make it the rest of the way, too. Just keep your eyes on the future, and that starts by deciding what to do next. You're right. We'll all be counting on your this stuff is awesome! Can you at least let me finish before you wind up passed out on the floor? Alright. Instructor Sarah is still keeping things as usual. But honestly, that wasn't anything that I'd want to, like, after finishing her drink, Reen led an ever-so-tipsy Instructor Sarah back to the Phoenix Wings. Your bond with Instructor Sarah strengthened. Level up. Alright, Reen and Instructor Sarah reached Link level 3. Deadly assist there. Alright. So let's go ahead. Just like before. Oh yeah, let's double up. Oh, those drinks got me feeling kinda sleepy. I can't afford to doze off during your discussion later. Maybe I should go out and get some air. A little exercise always sobers me up faster for some reason. How about it? Want to join me? What should I do? Yeah, we gotta. Alright then, I'm up for it. You are? Attaboy, Reen! Actually, since we've got plenty of morning left to fritter away, I've got an idea. What would you say to a little one-on-one training? Sounds good to me. Just maybe don't rough me up too much. Well, let's take this somewhere a bit less populated then, shall we? Okay, so just like we faced off against Sharon, we're going to face off against Instructor Sarah. And just like with Sharon, I'm expecting this to not actually let us fight Instructor Sarah. Together, Reen and Sarah headed out into the valley. There they found a nice quiet area to hold their impromptu training session. Alright. Oh. Alright. You've definitely gotten stronger while I've been away. Get to see that getting that knight of yours hasn't caused you to start slacking on your training. I'm still no max for you, though. He's holding back, but only just. I think if I really try, I might just be able to beat her. She clearly wants me to do it. And if that's what she wants, then I'll show her just how much I've improved. Heh, you're all fired up now. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's pick things up where we left off. Right. Okay, so no. Dang! No actual fight? But I guess it's just as well. Come on, that all you got? I hope it isn't, because you're not going to be able to rescue your sister or the princess if that's the best you can do. I wonder if this would have turned out differently if Reen were like level 76 or higher or something, or if we're just destined to lose this fight maybe. You remember when I said you were the center of Class 7? Well, I still feel that way, even now. And I won't rest easy until I know that center's capable of beating me on his own at least once. He's... Oh. Oh, she didn't hold back at all. I'm so sorry. Are you alright, Reen? Yeah, I'm fine. Just... I should have known that I was no match for you. Whew. No, that was your victory, not mine. What do you mean? I knew that last attack of yours was going to be far more powerful than I thought you were capable of. So I was forced to stop holding back in order to block it. And that's a victory in my book. Clearly all that stuff you've been doing's been great for your training. I'd really like to think so. I'd chalk that one up to luck personally. I wasn't even thinking. It was more like my body acted on its own. It looked like he was using Gale. I'm going to need a lot more practice before I can pull off feats like that at will. If you understand that, then I need say no more. But don't worry, I'm sure that if you train enough, you'll be able to do it. Have faith in yourself, yeah? You've got both the potential and the mindset to achieve great things. I'll try. Alright then. A little bit of a bout with Instructor Sarah. That always ends pretty nicely. Now exhausted, the two of them went back to the village. Oh, she's got more to say to us? I don't even want to think about how badly that last attack could have hurt him. I feel like this war is causing the old me to resurface. The purple lightning? Your bond with Sarah strengthened. So she's reverting to her true purple lightning nature or something like that? Alright, and so from here, I'm actually, I don't think that there's gonna be... We're probably gonna have to do like a third set of these. Because there were 4 people who had double bonding events. Jusis was one of them. And I think we still got more classmates than that left. No. Yeah, we definitely do. You still got Elliot, Machias. Oh, yeah, we got Elliot, Machias, Toval. Elliot, Machias, and Toval are the only ones left after Jusis, so... Deciding what our class should do has proven more difficult than expected. Still, I left Berea hard so that I could make my own decisions about my life. I'll make this one for myself too. Even if the decision is yours, the burden doesn't have to be. House Alberea's problems concern every single one of us. There's no reason you need to sort all of this out on your own. We've been with you this long. That's not gonna change. Thank you, but I'm aware. I bet a break would help him clear his mind and make better decisions. Should I drag him into one? Yeah. Hey, wanna come look after Arthur with me for a bit? Oh right, he is an equestrian. Who in blazes is Arthur? Oh, was that the name of our family's horse? Got it in one. Since you're kind of a horse expert, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out with him for a bit. Why not? I'd like to see him myself. Lead on. Alright. It'll bring back memories. We might even ride around on him a little bit. Who knows? We're gonna have to... Okay, yeah, Old Man Gizmo's nowhere to be seen. And this is a fine horse. It has a strong air of dignity about it, much like the young horses back at the academy. Yeah, he does. He's pretty friendly too, isn't he? He's been here since Dad took me in, so he's getting up there in years. But he's still got that same energy. Dad still takes him out hunting along with Badeau. I see. I imagine his dignified appearance is a result of much experience then. He does appear to be in dire need of some exercise, however. His muscles aren't quite as defined as they should be. Wow, I'm amazed that you could tell. You're not in the riding club for nothing. He hasn't had much chance to get out and about since Dad was injured, so that's probably why. Then, if we can, I'd like to do something about that. What say you to giving him a good brushing before we take him out? I think he'd like that a lot, actually. After brushing Arthur and giving him all the care and adoration a horse could dream of, Reen and Jusis took him out onto the mountain path. Huh. Yeah, we can defend ourselves, so it's all good. He seems really happy to be out of the village. It's been quite a while since he last had the chance. Heh, so it appears. I imagine he would rather go out hunting with his master, however. Horses are always far more comfortable with their usual rider. My family and the riding clubs are no exception. That makes sense, but with Dad's injuries, I don't think he'll be fit to go out hunting anytime soon. Speaking of the riding club, do you have any clue what's going on back at Doors? You were the one who managed to get the bike out of there, so I figured you might know something. Mind you that I was only able to do so through the Noble Alliance. I tried to make use of my position as a member of House Alberea as best I could. Unfortunately, my authority pales in comparison to Father or Rufus's, so I'm afraid that was the most I could do. That's a shame. Still, I appreciate you trying. I really do owe you a lot, even for little things like helping me look after Arthur. I hardly think I deserve your thanks. Being my father's son, some of the responsibility for his disgraceful actions falls on my shoulders as well. I have a duty to do all within my power to atone for that to both Baron Schwarzer and Ymir's people. I'm sure my brother feels similarly. Even if he appears to be prioritizing his role in the Civil War at the moment. Like I said back in Bereahard, there's no reason for you to feel responsible for what happened here. I understand that you're concerned about your father and your brother, but dwelling on the past benefits no one. All we can do is keep moving forward. You do have a point. No burden out there exists that you should have to shoulder alone. Not as long as you're a member of Class 7. As long as we're together, we'll be able to carry the weight of any burden. Ha! One would think I'd be used to how our class works by now. And the Imperial nobility should show its spirit through actions over words. Exactly! We both know what we need to do. We swore to one another when we fought that moment you came back to us. Indeed, and I fully intend to do as promised. Alright. So now we're gonna... Well, Jusis is like the strongest person... Well, the highest leveled, I should say. Jusis is the highest level person in the party right now, so... The two continued walking along the path with Arthur a little longer, then eventually turned and descended the mountain. Of course, upon their return to Ymir, they gave him a generous helping of food before going back to the Phoenix Wings. Your bond with Jusis strengthened. There we go. Arts support. Alright. And now let's double up. Horses are wonderful creatures. After spending some time with yours, I have to admit that I am feeling more optimistic. Despite the fact that I'm still freezing after all that time outside. Perhaps I should head over to the tavern and get a hot cup of tea. That should make planning our next move easier. I wouldn't mind a cup myself. Yeah. A nice cup would hit the spot right now, actually. Mind if I tag along? I'll help you brainstorm. No objections here. Alright. So now we're gonna pick Jusis' brain a little bit to see what he's thinking about as far as our next move should be. Honestly, I'm thinking full-out invasion of Heimdall, but what do I know? Reen and Jusis then walked to the tavern, and both of them ordered their tea as any fine Erebonian gentleman would. Oh, you're here, Reen! Oh, we haven't even talked to Kiki yet. Hey, Elf. Hey, Kiki. Hello! Welcome to our tavern. Thank you for your hospitality. Are the two of you going off to play somewhere? Uh-huh. We're not sure what we want to do, though. I wish we could have more snow like the last time you were here. That'd be fun. Please, no. I'm glad to see you're back to your usual cheerful self, Elf. I was horrified when I heard those Jaegers had used you as a hostage. I hope you don't seem too worse for wear, but you don't seem too worse for wear. They did. It was no big deal, and Mr. Baron saved me in the end. He's just trying to act tough. He spent hours crying afterwards. No, I didn't! Anyway, now that we've run into you, maybe you could come play with us? We haven't been able to play together in forever. I don't know. We've got a pretty busy afternoon ahead of us. I see no harm in joining them. Yeah, Jusis, he's like, come on, dude, let your inner kid out. We can't spare too long, but we could certainly play for a little while. Really? Yay! Okay, let's go outside then. What's gotten into him? Guilt. Lots and lots of guilt. Lots and lots of noble guilt, we should say. Guilt that all nobles should possess. No, I'm just kidding. Reen and Jusis were then led outside by Alf and Kiki. And after a brief debate on what to play, they decided to go with the classic hide-and-seek. Everyone ready? Ready. Oh, she's done. I found you, Kiki! Oh, ready? Well, that's boring. Okay, now to find everyone else. Reen. Aw. I found you, Reen! Wow, you couldn't have picked a place that was less obvious? Well, of course it's going to be easier to find me if both of you are looking for me. I guess that just leaves Jusis. Okay, come on, let's go find him. Oh, they got him too? Oh, Milliam! Huh? What you doing here, Jusis? Nothing. Now go away. He probably doesn't want to admit he's playing hide and seek. There he is! I found him! That didn't take long. You all suck at hide and seek. Huh? You're playing hide and seek? That sounds fun! I want to play too! Jusis is like, hide and seek is now the dumbest game. After Milliam joined in, they all played hide and seek for a short while longer, with each of them taking turns at being the seeker. Man, children really do have unlimited energy. I'd say a certain classmate of ours has far too much energy even by those standards. Still, I can never quite become used to playing outside. It's been a while since I last played outside like this. I wasn't expecting you to join in either. I know you're always a hit with kids and all, but still. I wanted to do something to raise their spirits a little. The sooner that boy can forget that awful memory of being taken as a hostage, the better. So that was what you were trying to do. That's really nice of you, Jusis. Still, you don't need to worry so much. The children of Ymir are made of sturdier stuff than you think. The thing we can do is make sure they never have to go through anything like that again. Indeed. I, for one, have no intention of allowing my father to do anything so foolish ever again. But I know that I won't be able to stop him alone. I hope to have all of you standing at my side. That goes without saying. As both nobles and members of Class 7, we have a duty to do whatever we can. Alright. But, yep. There's, should be one more... No, your bond with Jusis strengthened. Jusis was actually the last one. The doubles were Laura, Elisis, Captain, or not Captain, but Instructor Sarah and Jusis. We unfortunately spent more time outside than in, but the exercise did a reasonable job of warming me up. Though after all of that recreation, it's time for me to really start thinking. I need to decide how I should best act, both as a member of this class and as a noble of the Empire. Alright, so while he's thinking about that, there's somebody upstairs. I'm going to guess that this is probably Toval. And it's Elliot. Alright. Sitting here brings back memories. Remember trying to lock down ideas for our concert in the middle of our trip? I guess it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like another lifetime. Especially since Crow was with us then. Yeah, it really does. This must be a totally different experience for people who actually liked Crow. But it's not another lifetime, is it? It's this one. There's no reason that all of us hanging out and having fun has to stay a thing of the past. The only hard part is figuring out how to make that a reality again. Which is admittedly pretty hard, but I'm thinking of ways to make it happen. It doesn't really sound like he's getting anywhere. Maybe a break would help clear his head. Yeah. Come on, Elliot. Let's take a break. The more frustrated you get over not being able to think of anything, the less likely it is that you actually will. Yeah, I guess you're right. I know just the thing to clear my head. You used to play the lute, right? Really? If it's still around, can we take a look at it? Reen and Elliot managed to scrounge up Reen's old lute from the darkest depths of the mansion. Instruments in hand, the two of them headed over to the tavern. To, like, be bards or whatever? Well, we managed to get permission to play here, but I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty tense about this. Yeah, I'm getting stage fright just looking at these guys. I haven't touched this lute in forever, so playing it in front of a crowd all of a sudden is a bit... You'll be fine. Just play it like you played the guitar during the festival. One of the best things about music is that it can be made with any combination of instruments. Well, if you insist, I'll give it a go. Better to try and fail than not try at all, right? Are we gonna get to hear what they make? And so the two started to play alongside one another. Is that Skip to My Lou? Nah, I'm probably wrong. To their relief, the customers in the tavern seemed to enjoy the performance, even giving them a round of applause once it was over. Whew, that was actually pretty fun. See? I told you it would be fine. Not being up on a stage or having lights in your face takes off a lot of the pressure too. I sometimes used to perform like this at the concert cafe back at home. Oh, really? Still, I'm guessing it'd be even more fun if I could play half as well as you do. I don't know if I'm really as good as you make me sound, Reen. I've got a lot of practice ahead of me if I decide to pursue a career in music. Emphasis on the if. That's right, your dad's finally given you permission to go through with it if you want. Have you started giving it any serious thought yet? Yeah, a bit. Not that I'm getting anywhere. I'm happy to have his approval, but it's still not a decision I can make lightly. It's probably silly to even be thinking about it now. I mean, we need to focus on getting through this war first. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with giving thought about your future when you can. You're right that it's something you can't take lightly, and it's still hard to tell how things will be after the war ends. But if pursuing a life of music is what you decide to do in the end, you've got my full support too, not just your dad's. Thanks, Reen. But right now, we need to focus on our future as a class. Once the war's over, then we can start living for the future. Yeah, you're right. Alright then. That was pretty cool. But now, Machias and Ortoval is next. To thank Gerald for letting them perform there, Reen and Elliot helped clean up the tavern. Once they were finished, they happily walked back to the Phoenix Wings. Your bond with Elliot strengthened. And this should... Oh, that's enough to put us over to level 3? Huh. Powerful Strike and Auto Tier. Auto Tier is always useful, though. Performing with you was just what the doctor ordered. Break's over now, though. Time to get back to thinking. Our futures are at a crossroads here. We can't make this decision lightly. He's not wrong, though, but for right now, Elliot, it's kind of... Okay, so we got permission to play there, right? Like, we had to get permission from the tavern owner to play there, and then to thank him for giving us permission for letting us play there, we helped clean up the tavern? I don't know. But oh well. The only instrument I can play is the recorder, and even then that's just like the tiniest bit. But I don't know if they even still teach little kids to play recorders. I haven't asked any of my younger cousins or anything. That noble was working on something in the plaza yesterday, and I completely forgot about Emma. I forgot she was a thing. So that's Emma, Toval, and Machias we're missing. She said she was improving her fishing tackle or something. She's pretty weird for a noble. Oh, Toval doesn't have one. Okay, that's fine. You found all your classmates now, right? Good news! Good news! And yeah, and you know what we do during good times, right? We drink. Come on, Gerald, a toast to Reen's classmates! Maybe if that was genuinely what you were celebrating, but you just want an excuse to drink. I know you do. Damn it, you got me! Some things never change. Alright. But, okay, so that's her. Well, we might as well. I don't mind if you focus on Class 7 for a while, but don't forget that we've got a full-fledged witch to worry about. And to be honest, I think the sooner we deal with her, the better. Before the time comes, you might want to try hardening up that bleeding heart of yours. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I do hope she'll give us the chance to talk things out first. That's the kind of soft-hearted thinking I was warning you about. This is not my conversation to enter. And here I thought she would have grown up a little bit in all this. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt her later down the line. But who am I to talk? I'm the same way. Okay, so clearly something happened to Celine. It's so wonderful to be back with Celine again. Now I can focus on how we should act from here on out. Not that that will be a particularly easy decision. Yeah, we are glad to have you weighing in on the matter, though. Oh, I just remembered. There's something I need to buy from the shop in the village. Oh? I can't tell you what it is, I'm afraid. It's a secret. I have no idea what she's talking about, but she sure looks happy about it. Okay, now I'm getting curious. Yeah, I know Celine's not allowed, but do you mind if I join you with your shopping? If it's okay, I mean. I know the shop here pretty well, so I might be able to help you find whatever it is you're looking for. Really? That would be lovely. But you've got to stay here, Celine. Reen and I can handle this on our own, so don't even try to follow us. Fine, whatever. All this secrecy's creeping me out anyway. Are they just gonna buy her some catnip or something? But now we're gonna have to double check to make sure Machias doesn't have one. Reen and Emma left a slightly sulky Celine behind and took off to the store to buy whatever it was Emma was searching for. Here we go. The color looks just right too. That's wool, right? I didn't know you could knit. I used to do it quite often back home, actually. I've been working on a scarf for Celine for a while now as a sort of reunion present. It's almost done too, but I ran out of wool, so I came here to buy some more. Oh, really? In that case, why not finish it in our living room? That way you should be able to work on it without her finding out about the surprise. That sounds like an excellent idea. Thank you, Reen. After showing Emma to the mansion's living room, Reen decided to sit and accompany her as she worked, the both of them enjoying the soothing warmth of the fire. Dang, hopefully she makes us something too. I made some tea, Emma. Wow, that looks great so far. Why, thank you, Reen. I think this deep blue color will really suit her personally. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see how it'll look when it's done. So is Emma the person who made her tail bow too? It's nice to see how close the two of you are. Close? Do you really think so? Does she not? She's certainly important to me, but at the same time, she's not exactly pleasant to me most of the time either. I don't think she means any harm by it. Don't tell her that I said this, but she was really worried about you the whole time we were separated. I know for a fact that she cares about you, even if she has a tough time putting it into words. Really? Thanks for telling me. We've been together since the day I was born, but I guess I still have a hard time reading her. So Celine is at least 16 or 17? Once I began training to become a full-fledged witch, she became my familiar. So in a sense, she's like a sister to me. Really? I'm kinda jealous. As far as siblings go, it's like you two can be completely open with one another. But when it comes to Elise, I always find myself holding back from saying what I'm really thinking. You say that, but I'm sure Celine is still keeping plenty of things from me. But that would make Celine the older sister, though, wouldn't it? I can certainly be more open with her than I can with Vita, though, at least. If you don't mind my asking, how are the two of you related anyway? They're both Hexen clan witches. You said she was something of a sister to you when we first found out her true identity. She's a sister in the sense that we both trained to become witches together. So that means Vita Clotilde must have started her witch training way later than Emma did. I always admired and looked up to her both for her skill in witchcraft and her beautiful voice. Even now, I feel like I'll never be able to catch up to her in terms of raw talent. I see. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. All you can do is keep trying, really. I suppose. One thing's for certain, you won't be able to catch up with her in a day. You didn't learn how to knit that scarf in a day, right? That took time. Catching up to Vita shouldn't feel any different. All you can do is keep trying to better yourself. When you put it that way... You have a point. Thank you for the encouragement, Reen. I feel a lot better now. Alright, dude. Yeah, keep sticking in there, dude. Well, hopefully, like, both of your, like, all three of you guys, all three of you pseudo-sisters will be able to come to some sort of understanding, so. Eventually, Emma finished knitting the scarf and promptly delivered it to Celine. And while she may not have put it in words, it was obvious from her purring that she was very pleased. Your bond with Emma strengthened. There we go. Reen and Emma reached Link level 3. Autocuria. Which we definitely needed to get her using. I'm so glad that Celine ended up liking the scarf after all. Even if she is still too embarrassed to wear it. I'm not embarrassed! I'm just distraught that you wasted your time and energy making something for me. Make sure you get some rest now, okay? I will. They're so happy together. Alright. But, where is... Ooh, where's Machias? We got, like, one more thing left to do here. And that's whether or not Machias has, Oh no, they've all disappeared. Oh, crap. Alright, is he in here? He is not, no. Where the heck is Machias? Well, we've got to reload the save anyway, so... System, load... This one. And now we get to try to find where Machias is hiding at. What buildings have we not been into yet? He's probably not just randomly hanging out in somebody's residence. And I don't think any of us can go into the station just yet either. Nope. Valley's Echo Tavern, Phoenix Wings, Ymir Chapel. Maybe... Maybe he is hanging out in somebody's... Well, no, we just went into that house. If it asks us to gather everybody, then Machias isn't out there. Nope. Okay, so where the heck... Is Machias? No, that's where Alf was standing, I think. Yeah, Alf was standing right there. Valley's Echo Tavern, Machias was not in there. The Phoenix Wings... Hold on. Let's go... We've got to check all the buildings. I definitely don't want to accidentally miss him or something. Okay, so that's Gaius. Which is cool and fine and everything. And then in the Phoenix Wings... We've got Elliot, Instructor Sarah. Yeah. And Jusis. Where the heck is Machias? Valley's Echo Tavern. Well, it's looking, to be completely honest, it's looking like wherever Machias is, he doesn't have any type of thingamabob, so yeah. We're gonna go ahead, find out who's got the request, get to snowboarding, and I don't know, maybe find Machias. I'll pick out the people who I want to hang out with. That's all gonna be next time though, so definitely join me then for more Trails of Cold Steel 2. Bye for now, guys.